See, factorial is what? Factorial is contains some basic concept. First of all, number should not be zero. Okay, so number should not be zero because the factorial of zero is zero itself. And if number is greater than zero, then we can process the factorial, or we can also put a condition that number should be somewhere greater than 1, 2, like this. So that is depend upon the requirement. Now, what is the concept? How we can create the factorial of any number? So I'll just create a new class. So that class name can be test factorial. Okay, test fact can work. Okay, now I'll just go with a main function. Control space, and then we'll have this as the main function, right? There, now we can go with the user input scanner, control space, scanner equals to new control space scanner. And then we'll have system dot in semicolon. That is done. Now we can ask a number, sys out, enter a number. So that number can be input by the user. And then we can provide integer. Let me maximize this. Integer number equals to scanner dot next. Okay. Now see, we can declare a number to verify that long fact equals to or factorial equals to 1. By default, I'm considering that factorial is 1. That can be override. This variable can be override. How? We'll just run for loop for integer I equals to 0. Not 0, I should be 1. Semicolon, I should be less than, what is the number? Number less than or equal to number, semicolon, I plus plus. Okay, now what we'll do? We'll simply type control as factorial equals to factorial multiply by I semicolon. Now we can close this. Okay, and yes, there we can print sys out control space factorial of number. So what is our number? Let me print plus number equals to plus and then factorial semicolon. Now let me run this. Right click, run as Java application. Asking a number, if I'll go with 5, I'm getting factorial of 5 is 120. Now we see user can input 0 as well. So if user has input 0, so we'll have factorial of 0 equals to 1, but you can restrict the number or you can restrict the user. How? If number is greater than or greater than 2, then we need to process this. So we are just giving a restriction, else that is depend upon the user that what you want. Sys out enter number greater than 2 or greater than 2. Okay. Not like we can go with 1. Number greater than 1. 1. Let me run this. Now what happened? If user input 0, then enter number greater than 1. If user input 3, it gives you the factorial, right? So this is about how we can generate factorial of any number. This is the basic concept, but see, that can also be generated in a recursive way. So how we can generate? So for that, we can also create a new class, that is test fact recursive. Okay, now there we can create some predefined variable. So that is static long factorial. So this number I am going to generate factorial equals to, let me generate this as a method. There I can pass a number integer, and this will be the method calling. If there we can restrict if n double equals to 0, and n double equals to 1, what we did in the previous code. In that case, we can simply return 1. Okay. In next case, we can call the number. So that is else n multiply by factorial, and then we can pass over a method, which is, one second, that this should be the return n into factorial of n. Looks good. Or factorial of, we can go with n minus 1, right? Because that works for us. Now we can generate the main function, same block, main controller space, enter, and then in this main block, same thing, scanner, controller space scanner equals to new scanner system dot in semicolon. And then we can simply go with sys out the previous concept, enter your number, and it will jump back to the previous program. I mean, the previous, this block, how it will goes, integer n equals to scanner dot next int, right? And then we can return sys out factorial equal to plus factorial. What is the method? This, and then this works. Now let me run this. Any error? Yes, we have an error. Okay, system spelling is not correct. System dot in. Now it's correct. Okay, if I'll go with a number 4, I'm getting 24. If I'll go with any number that is 1, we are getting 1. So these are the two ways how we can implement factorial.